Hello! I hope you're all okay and all good. Welcome to another video. My name is George. For those of you who don't know, feel free to subscribe down below if you're not already. And this is day 4 of Vlogmas. This is actually the first video that I'm filming for Vlogmas. So like this is kind of the first opportunity for me to like thank everybody for being excited about it. And thank you all for like wanting this and offering lots of suggestions of things that I can do. Today's video is going to be a lovely Christmas cookie, a little Christmas looky, but doing a boy face. So I did say when I did my previous Get in Drag With Me Q&A video, which I will have uploaded for the first day of Vlogmas by this point, I think. I said in that video that I'd wanted to do a boy face, and then I waited upon suggestions and people asked for full drag. So I did full drag that time. This time we're going to do a boy face. So this means I don't have to glue down my eyebrows. This means that there's going to be no powder everywhere. This is going to be an easier video for me to do, and it's not going to take as long for me to paint either. So let's do that. A lot of the products that I have here and the ones that I'm using today have all come from drugstores. So I think most of these have come from Superdrug. The ones that haven't, I think, are the lashes and the palette I'm using, which is the Coronation palette from Drag UK. And we're going to do a little Christmassy, festive looking boy face. So let's get into it. I can't tell you how happy I am that I don't have to glue down my eyebrows. So the first thing that I'm going to do the eyes first. The reason I'm doing the eyes first, usually when I do drag, like full drag, I will do my eyes first. I didn't in the last video, but I'll do my eyes first if I have time, because then if any product falls down, it doesn't ruin the bottom half of my face. So we're going to prime the eye area first using the NYX Eyeshadow Base in white. We love this. I used this in the last video as well. It's so great. Can we beauty guru it up? So a few things. I have fairly bushy boy brows. I'm not going to fill these in. I've never done that before. It's just not what I do. And also you will notice that my eyelids are hid, like they kind of go away. So anything that I put on here, you're kind of not going to see it. So when I do like a boy face, it's not really like subtle boy makeup you can wear out. This is like fun. So I will be covering pretty much this entire area in colour. Hello, it's Editing George, jumping in just to say I put the mirror in the wrong place. So there are moments of this video where I'm talking and all you can see is the top of my head, for which I sincerely apologise. Obviously I want to do another boy look in future, so next time I will remember to do like in my last one and put the mirror higher up so that you can actually see me doing the makeup, which is kind of the point. I'm sorry. I hope you enjoy it either way. So I'm going to start with the eyeshadow base. I've got my mirror down here. This is a little brush that I got from Superdrug very, very long time ago. It does the business. It really does. So I'm just going to get this on my eyes. So you'll see I've actually gone over my brows a little bit here on this side. And you'll see, look, you can kind of see that if I close my eyes, that entire bit of my eyelid. So it's sort of kind of, this is the only bit of colour that you're going to get. So I kind of want to make it big. I mean, this is kind of a look in itself. Maybe we should just stop the video here. So now that we've done that, and we're looking kind of, this feels very Ariana Grande. This is the Coronation palette from Drag UK. Oh my God, you can see my ring light. This is the Coronation palette from Drag UK. I expressed in my last video how much I love this. Shiny, shiny, shinies, and also like matty, matty, matties, which we love. And the colour we're using today is Monarch, because we're going to do like a red and silver, very festive. So that's what we're going for. We've sort of got where it's going to go. It's going to go out here and kind of come over. So what we're going to do is we're going red on the outside, and then we're going to use like the silver shimmer, which is called Pearl, I think. Yes. And that's going to go on the inside, and then we're going to sort of like marry the two together. It sounds nuts, but in the boy looks that I've done before, that's sort of the vibe I've gone for, sort of like a colour on the outside that fades into a shimmer. So we're going to do that. Let's do that, shall we? Something that I have learned from watching a lot of makeup videos is that you have to be careful using red around your eyes. I don't know why this is, but you just do. So be careful if you're replicating this. So packed a lot of red onto this little old brush. And let's go in. So I'm starting on the outside. And yeah, there's some red going over my eyebrows. That's just how it is. That's how we're doing things today. The beauty of this is also that I don't have to worry about unsettling my eyebrows. Doing boy faces, you guys, sometimes it's just easier because like, I mean, obviously I am a drag queen, but like when you do a boy face, or at least the way I do a boy face. I don't have to worry about like unsettling my eyebrows. I have to glue my eyebrows down. It's so much cleaner. I can't even cope. This isn't to say I don't love doing drag, I do. It's just if I'm gonna do a drag look, it will take me a solid like 3 hours to do it. Well, like 2 hours is how long it takes me to put on a drag face. If I'm making a video as well, I get chatty, as you can see, which means it takes all the longer. So I'm just taking that across to about the middle of my eye and then just sort of like building that colour up. You see, all red for filth. Are you red? E for me. And then I'm going to repeat that on the other side. So now that I've done the red, I'm going to get a different brush and I'm going to use another one of these little brushes to put the pearl bit across the middle. And then I'm going to use that brush that I used the red to sort of kind of blend the two together. Sort of, kind of. I'm a professional. I would like to say I am not a makeup artist. I've sort of just learned by doing. I think you have to figure out what works for you. And I think that's true of drag makeup a lot as well. I think you have to figure out what works for you, what works for your face, and the best way to do it. And you will learn how to do it by doing it. That's just the tea, Christine. You are going to learn how to do it and how best to do your face by doing your face. So that's a sermon that you didn't ask for. But anyway, I'm putting on the pearl shade and I'm sort of getting it in my inner corner as well, which just gives it a little bit of sparkle, sparkle. And basically I'm patting this like onto from the middle of my eye to the front of my eye. And then the next thing to do is to get back into that red shade and then just sort of blend the two together so that it's less of a like harsh line between the two and it's more of a fade. So it sort of goes a little bit pinky in the middle. You see? So it's more of like a fade as the silver sort of blends into the red and out the back. So the eyes are not yet finished. The eyes, the windows to the soul. Just throwing shit on the floor. So we will neaten these up a little bit, although actually that's not bad for like a first go. This is the NYX Epic Ink Liner. I used this in the last video as well to like mark out where my eyeliner was gonna go for my big like drag eye, but for a boy eye, oh my god. So I'm gonna pull in from out here to that corner of my eye, create a wing and pull it across a little bit as well. So this will sort, and then I'll show you when I've done it. Let's do it. So you see, I've sort of done a little wing going out and then I sort of bring it in there and then I'm going to run across from the inner corner of the eye all the way across to sort of join all that up, okay? And that's going to take precision work, so I have to lean into the mirror so you're not going to see it, but I'm telling you what I'm doing so you know. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the black shadow and I'm going to set this and then sort of kind of marry it to the red to sort of kind of smoke it across, if that makes any kind of sense. I don't know if that's like an industry thing or an official term, but that is what I'm about to do. And this black is blacker than black in the What a Drag palette, and that is why I like it so much. It is exactly what you need if you want to set your eyeliner in this particular way, like I do with my great big, my stupid drag eye. If you want to do that, then this is kind of good for that because it's very, very, very dark, which also means you don't need that much. The next thing to do is get your red again and sort of, again, marry the two together so that everything sort of makes sense. So I'm gonna go back in and do that. And the best part about not doing the bottom half of your face first is that you can neaten up this line here with a little cotton bud and some micellar water, just to sort of like make sure that line is as sharp as possible. So it looks something like that, so it's sort of neater. We're going to leave the eyes for a minute and we are going to prime. I'm using the MUA Makeup Academy Pro Base Smooth Set and Prime Blur Stick. Oh, the first thing you should do is like get any excess that's fallen down off your face with like a cotton pad and micellar water or something like that, and then go in and prime. So I'm just going to drag this over my face and just rub it in with my fingers. And maybe I should be using a brush or something. I don't know, but I ain't. I went through a lot of different primers before I started using that one, and I started using this one because of a drag queen called Ella Day, who was, I think she posted like everything that she used for a particular look. And I saw the MUA Makeup Academy Prime Set and Blur Stick, or whatever it's called, Smooth Set and Prime Blur Stick. And like, I thought, well, if someone as beautiful as Day is using it, maybe it's good. And it is. It's really good. It really seems to do the business for me. So, now we move on to foundation. Even though this isn't a full drag face, this is a full made up face. The foundation that I'm using is the Revolution Conceal and Define. I got this on a whim because I wanted to do a boy face, and I thought I'd used my Kryolan TV paint stick for it in the past, but I wanted to use something that was maybe a little bit less heavy, whereas when I've used this, it's quite light. It is a full coverage foundation, but it's a liquid rather than in a stick. So I'm going to grab my beauty blender and we're going to do that. My hands are all primed, so they're a bit like sticky. Comes with a nice little applicator. And I'm just going to dot this on my face. Also, the good thing about Revolution products is that they're very, very, very affordable. They're not all winners, but quite a lot of them are very good. So if you are just getting into makeup maybe, or you just want to try some stuff, they're probably a good way to go because they're quite inexpensive. Like, I'm going to dive into these in a minute, but the first thing that I used when I was doing drag makeup was the Revolution foundation sticks, which, oh my god, I've used a lot of that one, but which are really, really good. They really do the business. So they're very, very cheap. I really do recommend. So let's blend that out. You may notice, I don't know whether you can see from the distance, that I do actually have stubble today. So it's not like I've done like it's not like I'm fully clean shaven and just putting makeup on a totally smooth face. This is going over my stubble. If you wish it, I can do one when I've not, because I shaved yesterday or the day before. If you want, I can do one of these where I do have more stubble going on, and we'll see how that turns out. So when you have done your entire face, it's time to do a little bit of highlight and a little bit of contour. As you know, if you have watched my, I mean, this already looks really nice. I just think it looks very, very natural, very, very demure. As you all know from my drag one, I do quite heavy contour. So this is me attempting not to do that. This is the Revolution foundation stick. I'm going to use the smallest amount, just a tiny, tiny dot, just to kind of give myself a bit of carve and put a bit of dimension back into the face where I've taken it out by like setting it to one colour. So just the smallest little amount up here, which I will then blend down. So like literally barely anything, because otherwise it moves from like a kind of, I mean, with the exception of the eye, like a semi-natural boy look to just looking like full drag. So I'm just going to blend this down. See, it's literally barely anything. It's just enough. And then we're going to do a teeny little bit of highlights. I do have this Revolution Conceal and Define in the shade C0, which is white, which will probably be a little bit much. Do I do this or do I do something? I'm going to try this and we'll see what happens. Oh shit. This might be too much, possibly. He says, putting more on. Let's just get into it. Honestly, that's not even that bad. I'm going to turn off this mirror. Honestly, that's not even that bad. I'm quite pleased with how that looks, actually. This is probably a little bit much. There's quite a severe line there. So if I blend that out. That already looks better. Okay, cool. So, done all that. The next thing you want to do is set it. I'm just using, instead of using like a huge amount of powder or anything like that, this is the Collection Primed and Ready Invisible Setting Powder. It's very good. It's very cheap. So I'm just going to get some of that on this brush. I'm just going to pretty much take it all over the face. And this is just to like set everything. So now the face is set, I'm going to do a tiny bit of powder contouring. This is my Flawless Chisel Cheeks Contour Kit, which is Barry M. I'm going to get the lighter shade. And this is going to be so fucking minimal. Like you can't even, you won't be able to cope with it. It's going to be so, so minimal in the pocket. And then just like, oh my God. Just like, don't even think about it. Don't even think about doing too much. Don't even think about it. See, it's not too much. It's just enough. And then the same on the other side. Don't even think about it. In the pocket, in the pocket. See, it's so small. And this is someone who like fully like does like a thick ass line usually. So it's so, so small. So that is where we are with the face. I think this is fine to be getting on with. So I'm gonna just finish off the eye. So in order to finish off the eye, I'm just gonna I'm gonna get some red. I'm gonna put some red underneath the eyes. You have to be so careful not to get any pigment fall out onto the rest of your face because it does kind of wreck it. And then getting the pearl shade as well, you're gonna do the exact same. And this kind of means you're kind of going around the entire eye. I mean, is it subtle? No. Is it cute? Absolutely yes. I love this. Okay, cool. I'm doing a lip. I wasn't gonna do a lip, but I'm gonna do a lip. So, gonna get myself a liner. This feels like the right color. This is a Give Face Cosmetics liner pencil. We're gonna do a little Christmas lip, which means I need to find like a lip color. But I'm not gonna overdraw my lips. I'm gonna do like a small amount. See, I've not overdrawn them that much. This isn't like the last video where they were like clown lips. So red lip, festive. So this is Ruby for Me 385 from Maybelline. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe she bought it from Superdrug. Honestly, lips are my biggest trial in life, so actually I'm quite pleased with those. So I've only overdrawn them a small amount, like the smallest amount, so it's still pretty much just my lips. I don't know whether red was the right choice, although we are being festive. So those are the lips. I'm just gonna finish off the look with a little bit of highlight. This is the Morphe 8S, which is literally a highlighter palette, so it's all of these shades. And I feel like this pink one might be the one to go for, because they don't have a silvery shade. So we're gonna go with the pink. Just gonna grab a little bit. Again, I'm saying this in like almost a full face basically, and I'm saying don't overdo it like I normally would. So just a little bit on top of the cheek. You can just see it there. And then repeat on the other side. Okay, so what I just did then was I went in with the NYX Crystal Crush Glitter Goals Liquid Lipstick just over the top of that, and actually I think that's kind of nicer. It's kind of got a little bit of more of a sheen to it. I think it looks quite cute. I'm going to go in and neaten up the eyes. Just going to go in with that same brush that I've been using for all of that red, and I'm just going to make sure that everything is sort of working for me, and then we'll do some finishing touches. I wouldn't normally do a lash, but I don't know why I'm really tempted to do a lash this time. So this is the Duo Lash Glue, and these are my What a Drag Versatile lashes. So let's just see if it works. If it doesn't work, I'll just take them off. I have a feeling it's gonna work. So I hate applying lashes so much. I'm not good at it. No. I just don't think the lashes work really. I don't think they kind of add anything. So we're going to use mascara instead. I'm not a huge user of mascara, mostly because I just have like a giant lash on most of the time, because I never do like a face like this, or rarely do a face like this. This is the Rimmel London Lash Accelerator Endless, which does the business. It does the job for me. So let's do that. And that is the finished look. I am actually quite pleased with this as it goes. I can't stop looking at myself in the screen. This isn't really how you do a boy face, because it's quite draggy in itself. But if you didn't want to do a lip, that kind of removes one thing and then it's just about the eye, whereas I've kind of made this about everything, which I'm fine with making it about everything. But I think if you don't want to make it about everything, you want it to be a little bit more subtle, then you could do something more like this, where I didn't do the lip. I literally just put on some chapstick and it totally worked. So this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If there are any other videos you want me to make for Vlogmas, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I would greatly appreciate it, because you know for a fact I'm going to 1, run out of ideas, and 2, run out of steam. So if there's anything particular that you want me to make, feel free to leave it in the comments below. But that is the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to put a thumb in and subscribe down below if you want to see more. I love each and every one of your faces, and I'll speak to you as soon as I possibly can. Honestly, I'm obsessed with myself. Well, actually, I will see you tomorrow for the next day of Vlogmas. So, see you tomorrow. Bye. This really fucking works though, doesn't it? Oh.